Well, ladies and Germans, Soviets and Soviets of the Red Army, how are you all doing? I'm Conalwork.
And I'm Rangru, low, low, low.
And today, with my Broseph Stalin of the North, we are on the map of Zbitchin. Oh, of course, I'm definitely butchering that map name. It's on that one with the Z. But Rang, please, before I embarrass myself any further, who's fighting and with what?
So, on the left hand side in blue, we have Xiru playing as 25th Panzer Grenadier Division. And on the right hand side, we have Nilla playing as 3rd Guard Mechanized Division, both of them with a Vanguard income.
So, going to be quite exciting. Of course, we have ourselves a couple early Shermans, but we also have those SPW 233s. We got some Stokes coming on in, and while we will see the early Jeep opening in territory from that, who's going to have the better push initially?
Well, I'd probably give it to the Soviets just for that cheap opener, as it can really be quite deadly, especially on a map like this with a lot of towns and forests to get said flamethrower troops and AT rifles in. And also, those Shermans are pretty nice on more, I want to say close range map, but at the same time, there's quite a few open areas where the Sugs can really go ham.
Certainly true. Now, one thing that is for sure, I think we have ourselves a Fate of a Certain Country is coming out soon, if not already, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be out literally today as this video is being uploaded.
And one thing I really kind of wish, I know this is not really a viable option. Part of me wishes that they had waited until like October 18th so they could celebrate the Great No. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, the Russians or the Soviets at the time went in and basically said, Finland, give us your lunch money, and the Finns, in like a moment of just sheer big baldness, was like, no. And to this day, I'm pretty sure it's October 18th, they celebrate the no. I don't know. It's the greatest like thumbs down, like F you in the world. I don't know.
Alright, that is definitely a good thing to know.
Ooh, boo. We are seeing the initial kind of Ogamachi opening having a little bit of mixed success here and there. Oddly enough, we have Flammenwerfer troops down to the south that have been able to push back their opposite number, but more or less, we have the breakout we kind of anticipate.
Nothing really too crazy. Both of them playing mechanized divisions, so they do have the ability to do kind of decent pushes in a hastily manner, so to speak. Yeah, both sides are kind of slogging it out. I mean, down south, it's really just IG-18s and AT guns going at it as recon cars get blown up.
Which is such a shame because these guys are just like the quiet heroes of so many things.
I do love a good old armored recon car.
The IG teams, will they be able to say? Oh, I was gonna say, will they be able to save it? But no, they kill it on that next volley. That's just not so unfortunate.
You got a bunch of Shermans being brought in down south, another run up north, as well as a bunch of guard DPs. So, yeah, both sides just medium tanks and infantry, nothing too crazy. Neil's got that nice +1 advantage just due to the fact he's pushing really well into the town and is very close with capturing an extra 2 flags.
Yes, you could say that Nilla right now, his chance of getting some territory is wafer thin. Not sure if that's a joke that really lands in other markets outside of the U.S. But what I will say is that we do have a couple of those, what's it, the 258s up to the north that are going to run afoul of this PTRS, which is just such a shame. Oh no, thankfully he's in the forest. I'm sorry,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
having a wereaboo moment. Um, Tango this on Nikia Sapiri, so we might even see actually this little blue finger kind of melt away. Clearly, it's been longer than 4 hours, so I think they're seeking medical attention.
Oh no, I mean with a bunch of Stoss troops in there, I think it's definitely going to be a bit of a dysfunction of getting them out of said forest. Well, no, Sapari's doing a decent job. They can
True.
just get a good old satchel charge into the middle of that blob. They're not going to have a nice time.
I'm waiting to see what's going to happen to go after these Shermans in the middle. Okay, yes, we have a couple of Stooks moving on in. The Shermans right now are facing the wrong direction. And now they have no supporting infantry, so this is the time to start charging. This is when you go in, my friends.
Hmm.
They gotta
That's
do
a
it soon.
really good push through the town with the Shermans. Needs a little bit more infantry to back him up because those thugs are coming in. And at long range, the Sherman does lose, especially only being shot out from airplanes with anti-tank guns.
Yep, I was going to say, I'm not very good at shooting up like that. Now, we do have an IL-2 to the north that has bombed those German infantry squads, but unfortunately for them, there's such a huge, hefty chunk of material being brought on in.
Yeah,
Could the 4 tank get a second kill?
almost. He got a lot of critical hits on that second Sherman, but not enough to completely make it go kaboom.
No, but there's a Pack 40 that's still there and able to engage rather efficiently, I would think. He's not teased. Oh no, he can't see anymore, I don't think.
Pushing like the southern side is usually a rather tricky dilemma, as it's pretty open, as you can see. It's much more safer to try to push up north or through the town, where you got a lot of cover. And oh yeah, 410 has definitely hanged out a little bit too long, because now is the Yak 7.
No, but the Yak 7 is still fairly light, and the ME-109, of course, coming on in as well, so that turret's going to keep him honest, and I think the 410, his big brother's going to come on in, or his little brother, rather. Yep. Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Wow.
Even if he loses that Yak, I think definitely a raw trade.
It is. And
109.
Yeah, he barely even fired.
No, it's a goddamn 2-star veterancy plane. If you don't know, veterancy makes you turn better. That's how it works. And he just can't get behind Jet Yak. It's a bit silly.
Well, between the second one being called on in, I think he wants revenge.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately for him, he's not going to get it. I'm surprised the Yak B just doesn't just... Yeah, he's extending for home. And here comes the 37 mil. Yeah, that's a shame. There's going to be at least one dead ME-109, I'm sure.
Wow. Yak does die. There's the second one, Yak attack. I really wanted the Yak to survive. He did such a good job of baiting the German planes.
Wait, what else came in the meantime? There's actually an ME-410 just dropping bombs over there.
Oh.
Proving that this ain't a scene, it's a goddamn arms race.
Yeah. The middle was pretty much completely collapsed almost from Xiru Kari's side. Really doesn't have much here. He's got TPs that just moving through the town. Easy peasy like.
That's true, but the P-Grant's coming on in, a couple of the squads kind of there just to kind of stop the bleeding. The Stokes at the moment are just more closely engaged going after that singular Sherman. And even with them being so close, which I'm not particularly fond of, Sherman's going to have a tough time penetrating consistently from distance.
Yeah.
They watch every caster's curse. Man, I am so happy they decided to actually open these battles up a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Something so just beautifully cinematic about it.
It's definitely there's a lot going on, which is pretty cool. It can be kind of hard to follow sometimes.
True.
Speaking of stuff going on up north, there's definitely stuff going on. As we've got a bit of a light infantry fight with infantry and some tanks in a forest. Yet it's light. And
a couple light vehicles like the Stug and a couple that I think actually a 250/8 has gone down. I'm not sure if the SPW is going to turn around, come about. Well, the Sherman's not dumb enough to get out of the forest. I think that's a very, very wise decision. Discretion certainly is a better part of valor here.
Yeah. Yeah, Stosh troops and Panic Grenadiers kind of hold up right now, as they're going to root for Tank Destiny to come TM. Probably the best idea, but once those Tank Destinies get the Molotovs off, they're pretty much dead.
So, real quick thing before we go right back up to the north, there's an IL-2 coming in to go after those IG-18s down to the south. But that Sherman to the north I want to mention, he is just barely out of range of this Pack 38 of the uppermost border. Like, he's barely out. Maybe a couple 20 or 50 meters, and that's at that point it'd be a beautiful side shot.
It's tight.
I don't know if he knows that it's there, but I imagine if he doesn't, he's going to find out pretty damn quick.
Yeah. We've got a second Pack 38 being brought in to reinforce that area. And, yeah. And, oh, we got a 220mm artillery being brought in from Xiru Kari. So it's bringing in the big kabooms.
A French thing as well. I kind of always forget that, that. Checking back in, it looks like the Stogs continue to do their work in the center, being engaged by a 45 mil to the north, and somehow continuing to survive.
Yeah. I completely forgot. This is the 3rd Guard Tank Corps. not mechanized core. For some reason, I thought it was mechanized because of the Shermans, and the icon is not super similar, but is. But anyway, Nilla's got IS-2s, and he's got the really, like, screw you scary ones. That's going to be a bit tough for Xiru to deal with.
Well, we see one of the first big ICUs up to the middle side there. Yeah, the middle arterial. I'm not sure if we're going to see another 410. Yeah, we have another 410 bombing run coming on in, going after the infantry. Good call, supporting the AirSat's push. And the P-Gren's there to keep everybody honest. And the tank to the north actually does get hit pretty hardcore. He actually had, I think, a shooter killed for quite a bit of time there. Outside of that, this loader killed, sight damaged. How the heck is he still alive? This is one of those times I'm just like, he must be born under a lucky star. And with that, though, Xiru does take back the control of the victory points. Ain't by much.
Yeah, it's definitely quite good at re-securing the middle town and just stopping that northern offensive just for now. But I know these IS-2s are scary, of course, but Nilla definitely could use a little bit more infantry before throwing them into said town, as he really doesn't have much in terms of foot sloggers.
No, he doesn't. I'm wondering sometimes if that's purely by intent. Like, is he just really that hard up for material right now? Could not say for sure. What I can say for sure is that there is a anti-tank gun to the north, a Safronov over here from Nilla, that has just had a field day. And I mean that without any humor whatsoever. Anything that's coming to the northern arterial vehicle-wise, he's just completely butchered.
Good for him.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, everyone needs a little saffron in there.
That 220mm is finally online, and it is pounds an array at a field gun, makes it go kaboom. Yeah, I think honestly those 220s might be a decent counter against the IS-2s. Because they can't really kill them, but with 11 HE damage, you can definitely stress them out pretty easily.
Question is, he doesn't see them yet, does he? No, he's aiming further back from another artillery position. Kind of terrifying counter battery fire, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's like off-map. That's like a regular off-map artillery charge. It goes 210 mils, but larger.
I'm actually kind of surprised there's been no committed anti-air out of Xiru. I mean, he's got the ME-109s coming in, but still, that seems awfully meager, especially when we have things like the 37 mil doing some hardcore work there.
I believe with the 25th, you don't have 3 anti-air options, just a few 20 mil cards. So I'm guessing Xiru for now is banking his air defense network on just the Messerschmitts. But yeah, right, even just some 20 mils would be a good idea to have. They help out an awful bunch.
Now, we are also going to see a committed push happening here very quickly. And shockingly enough, there's a Pack 40 that's just pounding on this IS-2 Combrati that's in the middle. Already has a crew panicked.
Oh, wow.
And I am a little surprised that we didn't see the IS-2s almost charge forwards. I was envisioning that happening, and I was cringing out of expectation, I suppose.
They are going to back out, which is a good idea for now, as the infantry reinforcements finally come to help out and save the day.
Well, driver knocked out. We still have a chance for a kill here. I think is he focused the wrong way? No, he's not.
Messerschmitt's going to fly right over anti-aircraft again. This is the second one, and it's probably going to be a third Messerschmitt. You can't be affording to lose those 2-star Messerschmitts.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, it's dead.
Wait, just a kill count. And here's the IL-2 going after the Pack 40, and that is going to be a big loss. Okay, no, good. Phew, stays online for right now, at least.
Yeah, it really is going to open up the air power game for Nilla, knocking out 3 Messerschmitts so quickly. He can definitely be safe and invest in more, and there's an IL to use to bomb the everlasting Jesus out of the Germans.
All right, I'm a little confused in the territory to the north because we have one Tango Desantniki. We have 5 squads of unstressed German infantry behind enemy lines. That front line is really kind of weird.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of bizarre. I don't know what's going on there, but it's gonna get flattened pretty quickly. Tank Tessaniki does take someone down with him, yo.
Yeah, but something doesn't feel right about the fact that like you just gained, 2 kilometers by the infantry that's been there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here comes the M42 is lining up another shot, and here comes another kill. Yep. Yep.
Boom.
Yes, sir. And the German Air Force is just getting absolutely slammed today.
Mm-hmm. A real good job in Nilla with his anti-aircraft defense network. But it still feels kind of even. I mean, Xiru is still winning in terms of flags and territory, but I feel like Nilla, he's pretty close to making a breakthrough in the middle, and just knocking out the air power is a huge play.
Oh, absolutely. We have seen, however, one of the IS-2s is down. Actually, the IS-2 Komroti, I think, is dead.
Yes, it's dead.
Looking elsewhere. Okay, with SDKFZ 7-1 with the quad flak Vierling back there. Honestly, in terms of just material on the field, I have to give it to Nilla as well.
Yeah, I mean, if he can break through the middle of that town and just get the IS-2 just pretty much on the outskirts, it's going to be pretty hard to get back in.
Especially when he deploys another couple platoons of guards infantry.
Mm-hmm. Also that rather nice infantry spam. To be fair, it's actually kind of easy to spam infantry in most divisions.
How do you figure?
Or you just take either guard, strokey, or panzer grenadiers unvetted, and it's like a 9, 18, 27 availability like slider. Which is not bad. I mean, having 27 of anything in C phase, you can't really complain.
Well, you can, but nobody's going to pay attention to you.
Mm-hmm.
The anti-tank positions over here for Nilla have just been so fruitful. We almost just watched one of the few anti-tank platforms, anti-air platforms. Oh, it did go down, never mind. Just up to the north central. Now we have 5 squads of superiors coming in. So, overall, in terms of, I guess, infantry availability, probably have to give the love over here to the Soviets, yes?
Yeah, it's really working out quite well for Nilla right now. I mean, those Saparis, once he gets them into the forest, are going to be a rather nasty customer to come up against. Just all those bloody SVTs. Yeah, I do kind of want to give it to Nilla right now. I feel like Xiru, kind of would not. He's bringing a bunch of armored recon vehicles right now, which I love. Don't get me wrong, but then not really going to help out. He needs to try to get back into the town in the middle and just get rid of that IS-2.
Yep.
But now we got Sherman's being brought in to reinforce the point. And yeah.
Well, you got a couple of Pack 40s coming in, but once that IS-2 really gets himself set up on the road, that'd be an obnoxious line of sight.
Oh yeah. We must deny anything from getting into the town.
The Strokes are desperate trying to get some sort of line of sight, but I think they're getting more focused on the infantry to their direct front. And it's hard to really, be mad at them for doing that.
Mm-hmm.
We are continuing to see the Shermans go down, but, when all is said and done, the Shermans are just there literally to take hits.
Yeah, and just a little bit of nice cheap fire support. And just against, armored cars, they're going to do pretty well. And Xiru does lose his quad 20mm half-track here. I believe just like in that sneaky AT gun position. Which is not something you want to be losing. That's a pretty expensive unit. And a pretty worthwhile unit at yard.
Well, the sad thing about this is that the 25th Pigran is not a bad division necessarily. There's definitely a lot of other stuff that's really far worse.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, the recon optics that you have from all these light vehicles, I just feel like the light vehicles have just not been utilized in an effective manner, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Like, like Rufio's armored cars, you just kind of want to like bunch them together in one big blob and just try to push through like a town or forest. It can
Yeah.
be pretty hard in ST2, to be fair, because there's a lot of open areas and those armored cars do not like it.
No, that's true, but when you have the 220 mil in the back, barrage an area, walking artillery.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It can be.
It can be done. It's not simple. I'm not going to imply that.
Also, just like 25th Panzer in general, because they are mechanized, really it's an infantry division with Panzer Grenadier units instead of regular Grenadiers, which is nicer. You just kind of have to do the regular foot slog of Panzer Grenadiers, move up and kill everything with Hitler's buzzsaws all over the bloody place, cutting down trees, backed up with Stokes and anti-tank guns and overwhelming artillery.
Well, the German way early in the war shocked them with firepower. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Yeah, and Nilla just did a really good job of securing the north and pushing right through the middle.
It is a little bit terrifying. Oh, wait, actually, the funny thing, though, about these IS-2s is that now he's not even trying to kill. He has no AP shells left, so he's just going to go and just barrage them with HE. Which is it's this bizarre moment, just kind of like dark humor there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the German infantry coming into the south that might have stabilized the area. Yeah, that goes down, and Xiru says, screw it.
Be a good game.
Kind of have to agree with that particular idea.
Yeah, like 500-point difference, and nothing too crazy on the kills side. Pretty spread out, honestly. And losses, same thing, but a nice solid match, I got to admit.
True. I think, honestly, seeing the death of the Luftwaffe on this particular map, that sealed the deal pretty easily.
Yeah, and he flew him right over the enemy anti-air, which is not something you want to be doing to begin with. Like, he really threw his plane to Ray.
Or at least you expect it to only happen once, you know?
Yeah, he did it once, but then he did it again with two other planes right next to each other. That was not a good play.
Unfortunate, but you know what? They say that the best lessons are learned in defeat.
Yeah.
I would wish I could keep my lessons learned into hands a lot more, but until that can happen, I suppose we'll have to stick with defeat.
Mm-hmm.
In the meantime, though, Nilla, Zirikari, thank you guys so much for allowing us to cast your game. As always, guys, if you have the replay you want to check out, hit us up on Discord, or actually more accurately, slide it into the official Steel Division Discord, and feel free to tag us. But Rang, any final thoughts?
Not really, no.
Well,
I'm all fought and out. I've been outfunked.
I'd say he's been thawed, but we're missing that final T.
Mm.
But folks, I guess until next time, this is Con Ulrich.
Rangaroo, take it easy.